invite Ms. Fay Calderone, partner of Hall and Wilcox, as our guest speaker. Fay Calderone is a partner at the independent law firm Hall and Wilcox. For the past 20 years, she has acted for employees across a range of industries, including professional services, manufacturing, sport, health, aged care, community services, and local government. As a specialist on workplace matters, Fay provides advice and guidance on proactive compliance, change management and restructuring, discrimination, bullying, harassment, misconduct investigations, performance management, enterprise agreements, and industrial disputes. She is also a recognised expert and spokesperson on employment issues, regularly speaking at events and conferences. Fay also mentors young lawyers and emerging leaders in law. Fay was named among the 2021 Top 50 Leading Women in Law by Australasian Lawyer, was a finalist for Lawyers Weekly 2021, Wellness Advocate of the Year, and is recognised as a labour and employment law specialist in the peer review publication Best Lawyers. In 2019, she was highly commended in the New South Wales Women's Lawyers Achievements Award as Women Lawyer of the Year. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Fay Calderone as our guest speaker.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for the warm welcome, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, academic colleagues, distinguished guests, and most importantly, graduates. Congratulations to you all. What an incredible group of people you are. As you walked past me on this stage, I must say I am in awe of your achievements, and particularly in one of the most challenging periods that I can think of in our recent history. Likewise to your parents and family who are in this room today, they also must be so proud of you and no doubt needed to support you now more than ever. It's been a pleasure over the last 20 years to watch Western go from strength to strength and become one of the top universities in the world. The latest achievement, as Chancellor referred to, is one that I saw very recently on LinkedIn and I was absolutely ecstatic about. As an employer, I'm proud to say graduates from this university have grit. They are culturally diverse, industrious, polished and talented lawyers that frankly I am honoured to have on my team. The year 2000 not only marked our entry into the new millennium, but was the year I was in your shoes, graduating from this university with a Bachelor of Laws and Commerce, majoring in Human Resources and Industrial Relations, a degree that has served me well to this day as an employment lawyer. Although Teenage Dirtbag, the original, guys, not the one you're familiar with, was trending on the radio and the online world was virtually non-existent, we had to deliver our assignments in a box, often in the middle of the night. I was not dissimilar to you here today. Like many of you, I grew up in Western Sydney and started from very humble beginnings. I'm both proud of and grounded by my background as the eldest daughter of Greek Cypriot refugees who migrated here in the 1970s just before I was born. I'm also very excited to have with me today my dad in the front row for the first time professionally, having spoken for 20 years now. I decided on a career in law early when many around me weren't even contemplating completing their homework at St Clair Public High School, much less paving their path to a future. My white, middle-aged male career advisor encouraged me to have a plan B. Quite pragmatically, he counselled me that few girls from Western Sydney public schools at the time went to university and became lawyers. He was probably right, but he underestimated the determination of the one he was dealing with. I was the first in my extended family to have graduated from university and now stand before you as a law firm partner of over a decade, as a lawyer for more than 20 years, a very tired mum of boys 11 and 16, who I hope will be sitting in a seat, maybe not law, but a seat at a graduation ceremony one day. I'm not holding my breath. Professionally, I've always worked full-time with 2 very short periods of parental leave that I had to save up mortgage payments for. The juggle has always been a struggle. Flexible work has now changed our life. If there is a silver lining from the devastation that has been caused by the pandemic, is that many employers that we never thought would have embraced flexible work. And so you are entering a very different workplace, and flexibility is available to you if you want it. I am also very proud to say that most of our firms, or many firms across our industry, are offering paid parental leave to men and women alike, which has made a monumental difference to the lives of carers. There are times when I loved work, and there are times when I wondered whether I was cut out for it. I'm happy to say I've landed in the best place for me at Hall & Wilcox, a purpose-driven, high-performing and collaborative firm that embraces flexible working, diversity, and most importantly, encourages people to stay true. I am living my purpose of helping employers build respectful and healthy workplaces and leading our progressive diversity, inclusion and wellbeing initiatives. I am determined to make the legal industry a more healthy and inclusive profession for those that follow. So as you venture out into the world after today, by all means, reach for the stars and seize the opportunities, but also remember, sustainable life in law is a marathon, not a sprint. Operating at 100% all the time comes at a price. It is difficult to let go of, but exhausting to hold on to. Any high-performance coach will tell you no one can operate at 100% all of the time. Anyone will tell you no one can achieve 100% all of the time. The quest for perfection is exhausting and unachievable, leading to disappointment and burnout. They are not the people we want on our team. Balance is everything. Growing up, I found it hard to know how much study was enough to pass an exam. I always feared I would fail. I never did. This approach became a metaphor for my life. I worry that I never do enough at work and as a parent, often interchangeably. I usually excel at work, although I've made my fair share of mistakes. The jury's out on parenting, guys. Regardless, the art of enough is hard to master. So as you go out there and chase your dreams, also try and achieve some balance. In some things, near enough will be good enough. Foster a growth mindset. Sometimes you will win, other times you will learn. Take one day at a time, put one foot in front of the other, and see where it leads you. Stay in touch with each other, help each other out, be grateful for the opportunities as they present themselves to you. And when you reach the top of the ladder, as I am sure many of you will, be kind enough to send an elevator back down for those behind you. Again, I congratulate you and wish you every success as proud alumni of Western. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Fay, for that wonderful occasional address. Thank you, Dad, for being here to sit. You should have had scores, you know, like in the... Oh, the wrong dad. Where? Oh, there's the dad right in front. It's pretty obvious. The one who looks proud. I should have given you, you know, in the diving where you put up 5.7, so I think you'd have had a 10.0. So it was a wonderful address. You know, often we have speakers who come and give an address and talk about and have just the right language about the grit and determination and industriousness of our hard-working students. And it's wonderful to hear. But it's even better, of course, when we can see that rhetoric has been turned into action. And it is, as Fay has said, such an important message. You know, so often people think, oh, we've got students there whose first language is Arabic, or people who have great cultural understanding of Southeast Asia or the Indian subcontinent, or people who've come here as migrants or refugees and with their approach to risk. and somehow see that as a deficit. What Fay has exhibited and what our university is committed to is seeing all those attributes as strengths going into the future. And Fay, with her background as a Greek Cypriot refugee from a Greek Cypriot refugee family, has shown us that. And, as she says, the world is changing. There is greater flexibility in the workplace now. But, as she's also suggested, to seize that flexibility, to grab those opportunities, does mean continuing to be flexible and adaptable yourself. And part of this, as she has said, is about your careers. And part of it, of course, is about your role also as active citizens, both in your career and your citizenship, helping to create in Australia a more inclusive and a more cohesive society. Thank you so very much indeed.